Okay, here's Amalia, and here's our friend Kern, who is like some kind of rocket scientist.
He's not going to dispute
He's not going to dispute that title. Here's Alana. She's a linguist. She's my best friend. And I'm going to tell you a story now that is not true in any way, or shape, or form. You know how there's like the Iliad and the Odyssey, and there's Beowulf, and like all those stories are like cultural stories, but they're not true. Like they're just like epic tales. So my favorite one of these particular epic tales is the Mayan Hero Twins saga. And obviously it's Mayan. So anyway, the story goes something like this. I'm only going to tell you the beginning of the story because it's very long. So, one thing you have to know about the Mayan religion is that they had multiple gods for the same thing. So there's like more than one sun god, more than one storm god, more than one earth god, and all of these different sun gods, earth gods, and storm gods had different personalities. So the story revolves at first around the sun god, but he is a very stupid sun god. He is the stupidest of the sun gods. So he's like, I want to play the Mayan ball game. And I don't know how much you know about the Mayan ball game, but often the victors were sacrificed after the festivities to the gods. Sometimes the losers, but usually the winners. And then, so he's looking around. He has his ball equipment. He's looking around, and he finds Death's ball court. And he's like, let's play a game of ball. And Death is like, are you sure you want to play a game of ball with me? And then the stupid sun god is like, yes, I definitely want to play against you. So they start playing, and first, like, his arm gets chopped off, and he's like, uh-oh, my arm got chopped off. Good thing I'm playing with my legs. And then his other arm gets chopped off, and he's like, uh-oh, my other arm gets chopped off. Lucky I'm playing with my legs. And then his leg gets chopped off. He's hopping around. And, oh yeah, and the great thing about the Mayan Hero Twins epic is it's the only epic poetry thing that is actually supposed to be a comedy, as far as I can tell, and I've read a lot of epic poetry. So then he's hopping around to one leg, and finally Death kills him and cuts off his head, and his head rolls down the hill and lands in a river, and a river goddess picks it up, and it spits in her hand, and she becomes pregnant. And it doesn't say how she feels about this. I don't know why, because personally I would feel pretty strongly about, don't laugh.
Yeah, me too. What?
Personally, I would feel pretty strongly if a guy spit in my hand, I became pregnant. Anyway, so 9 months later, she gives birth to these twins. And they are good at everything. They're good at archery. They're good at atlatl. They're good at spears. They're good at swords. They're good at like every fucking thing you can think of except agriculture. They're not good at farming, but for some reason that's all they want to do. So they're like, there's like parts of the Mayan Hero Twin saga where they're like, let's try to grow beans. Oh, the beans didn't grow. Oh, let's try to grow corn. Oh, the corn didn't grow. It's like the only thing they're not good at. They're good at everything else. Races, like wrestling, any magic power, anything like else they are good at, but they're not good at farming, and that's all they want to do. So one day, a rat is walking by, and he says, hey, morons, you're not supposed to be farmers. You're supposed to be great heroes. And then they're like, oh, of course. That makes so much more sense. And then the rest of the story you'll have to read yourself. It's hilarious all the way through, though. But, like, I highly recommend it. Okay. End of transmission.